Morning, students. How are you today? Welcome to our mathematics online class with teacher Hazel. Today we are going to learn how to read and write the numbers from 205 to 250. Are you ready, students? Okay, let's proceed to our vocabulary. Let's read the vocabulary. Students, listen and repeat after me. Okay, vocabulary number one is 205. 205. T W O H U N D R E D A N D F I V E. 205. Vocabulary number two is 210. 210. How can you spell the word 210, students? Louder, please. Very good. T W O H U N D R E D A N D T E N 210. Vocabulary number three is 215. 215. Let's spell the word 215. T W O H U N D R E D A N D F I F T E E N. When you read this word as 215. Number 4 vocabulary is 220. 220. Students, how can you spell the word 220? Louder, please. T W O H U N D R E D A N D T W E N T Y. 220. Very good, students. Number 5 vocabulary is 225. 225. I will spell the word for you, students. Listen carefully. T W O H U N D R E D A N D T W E N T Y hyphen F I V E. When you read this word as 225. Number 6 vocabulary is 230. 230. Students, can you spell the word 230? 3, 2, 1, go. Louder, please. T W O H U N D R E D A N D T H I R T Y. How can you read this word, students? You can read as 230. Excellent, students. Number 7 vocabulary is 235. 235. Let us spell the word of 235. 3, 2, 1, go. T W O H U N D R E D A N D T H I R T Y hyphen F I V E. When you read this word as 235. 220. Number 4 vocabulary. Number 5 is 225. Number 6 vocabulary is 230. Number 7 vocabulary is 235. Number 8 vocabulary is 240. 240. Let's spell the word again, students. TWOHUNDRANDFORTY. 240. Number 9 vocabulary is 245. 245. Let's spell the word again, students. TWOHUNDRANDFORTY hyphen FIVE. 245. Last vocabulary is 250. 250. Students, spell the word. TWOHUNDRANDFIFTY. How can you read this word again, students? 250. Okay, students, these are the 10 vocabularies that related on how to read and write the numbers from 205 to 250. Let's read the number and words on the chart. Students, we can read and write numbers with symbol and words. This chart shows the number and words from 205 to 250. Let's read the number and words on the chart. Are you ready? Okay, let's start on how to read the chart in number 1. Chart number 1 is 205. 205. Chart number 2 is 210. 210. Chart number 3 is 215. 215. Chart number 4 is 220. 220. Chart number 5 is 225. 225. Chart number 6 is 230. 230. Chart number 7 is 235. 235. Chart number 8 is 240. 240. And the second to the last chart is 245. 245. And the last chart is 250. 250. Now, we are finished on how to read the numbers and words. And now let's proceed on how to write the number and words into the number form or number of symbols. Students, in our screen, we have numbers and words and number form or numbers and symbols. I'm going to show you the examples of numbers and words. For example, 205. 205. How can you write 205 in number form or number symbols? You can write this one, 2, 0, and 5. When you read these number symbols in numbers and words is 205. 205. Next is 210. 210. How can you write 210 in number form? 210. Very good, students. When you read this in words, 210. Next is 215. 215. Students, how can you write number form of 215? 215. Excellent, students. 215. When you read this in words, 215. Let's proceed to the next example. 220. 220. Students, how can you write 220 in number symbols? 220. Excellent, students. 220. When you read this number symbols and number words as 220. Next example is 225. 225. When you write 225, students, and number symbols, you should write 2, 2, and 5. 2, 2, and 5. When you read these number symbols and number words as 225. Next example is 230. 230. Do you know, students, how to write 230 and number symbols? Can you write 230 and number symbols? Wow, great job, students. 2, 3, and 0. Very good. When you read this number in words as 230. Next example is 235. 235. When you write 235 in number symbols as 2, 3, and 5. 2, 3, and 5. When you read these number symbols and numbers and words as 235. Next example is 240. 240. When you write 240 in number symbols, you should write 2, 4, and 0. 2, 4, and 0. 2, 4, and 0 is the number symbols of 240. 240. Okay, next example is 245. 245. How can you write 245 in number form? You should write like this: 2, 4, and 5. When you read these number symbols and numbers and words as 245. Next example is 250. 250, students. How can you write 250 in number symbols? Louder, please. 250. You got it, students. Very good. 2, 5, and 0. This is the number symbols of 250. But when you read this 2, 5, and 0 in numbers and words, you can read as 250. Okay, students, this is our lessons for today. And thank you for listening to Teacher Cell. See you tomorrow. Bye.